Thank you for tuning in to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. Whether you're listening during your commute, while working out, or just relaxing at home, we appreciate you. Every download, every listen, and every subscription means a lot. Up next, the 12 Kyle podcast.
Welcome to another edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do each and every week. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. We definitely appreciate it. Share and share it and share and share this YouTube video. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, we have a guest. Well, she's really not a guest. She's been here several times. She is the host of the I Can Talk About This All Day podcast, which drops every Friday, wherever you get your podcast. My girl, Britt Renae, is back in the building. Britt, what up?
What's up? What's up? Glad to be back.
Yes, indeed.
You know I love these, so.
Yes. We were talking before we actually started recording. Both of us are, MJ fans. And for those of you who don't know what the topic is, you can look and see my 7 favorite songs from Michael Jackson. Why 7? Some of you may ask, because 7 is easier than 10. And it's not as difficult as 5. So we got 7. So it's a nice round number. We're coming with our favorite 7 Michael Jackson songs, not necessarily the best songs, but our personal favorites. So here's what we don't want to see or hear in the comments. Man, I can't believe she ain't picked such and such. I can't believe she ain't picked You Rock My World. That's my joint. I can't believe he ain't picked Jam. That had Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson in the video, and Chris Cross and Heavy D. Shut up.
So our favorites.
These are our personal favorites, not Michael Jackson's best songs, not the one that sold the most records, not the most chart toppers. I think the thing that I'm interested in is, if we've got 7, Britt, I'm going to put you on the spot. How many, just off the top of your head, do you think we'll have in common?
With my list, I think we'll have 1, maybe 2.
Okay.
Maybe. Now, if we got more than 2, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2. I think we'll have 2 in common. Now, the great thing about this, again, these are our personal favorites. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start at 7. You put yours in order, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So mine are in order as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get it cracking. Britt, what do you have at number 7 as far as your favorite Michael Jackson songs, and why?
Before I start that, those people who want to say something about what we chose, leave your choices in the comments.
There you go.
That's how you can do it. Just say, I would have picked blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it at that. You don't have to hate on our choices.
That's it. Because they always want to be starting something.
That's what you did there.
See?
Yep. So my first one, I guarantee you don't have. Right.
Okay.
I say first, it's my number 7 pick. This one, I just, and what I did try to do with this is separate the music videos or the concert performances from that, but it's hard because
it is.
Back then, that was a part of the music. It was a story. And when you can, especially with him, and when you can make it match, oh my. Okay. So this one might throw you off. Curveball. Okay. My number 7 pick is We Are Here to Change the World. Captain EO. See, I told you.
Yeah, I didn't have that one on my bingo card. Okay. Why you got that at 7?
First of all, I love Captain EO. When it was in Disneyland, I used to go, like, back in the day when I go to Disneyland a lot, I had to go see Captain EO in 3D. And that was around the time of Bad. It was right before Bad dropped. He did it in 86. And I like the Bad CD. I like that soundtrack. I like that sound that Bad had. But I don't know. Like I said, I was trying to separate the performance and everything, but that was my favorite part in Captain EO. And I don't know. He has those songs that you just, that one's one of those, like, Man in the Mirror, and it's talking about something, which a lot of his did, but
of course
It was one of those, and it made you want to dance and sing along to it too. It wasn't one that made you sad, and you know. So yeah, I'm going with "We Are Here to Change the World."
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you got me on that one.
I knew you would have that one.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. I definitely didn't have that one on my bingo card. It's a really good song though. Really good song. And it's funny you mentioned quick sidebar. You mentioned as far as like how, you know, with Michael, his videos and the songs kind of go together. So you when you think of the songs, you think of the videos. When you think of the videos, you think of the songs. Right before we started recording, I was on Instagram and I saw this clip of Janet Jackson's "All Right," and I love that song. I love the video, but it's like I don't ever listen to that song without watching the video.
Hmm.
And so even if the song comes on, I got to watch the video. So I saw like a 30-second clip of the video on Instagram because, you know, you can't play the whole video on Instagram. And I went and watched the video because it's just, I got to watch the video. I don't correlate that song with just the song. So
If you go
Janet and
back,
Michael have that in common.
yeah, if you go back to the show that me and J Bug did, our top 10,
Mm-hmm.
and we talk about our favorite video. That's my favorite, and it's different. They did videos so different back then, and they had the zoot suits and everything. Oh my god, I love
Yes.
that video. I love that video.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and when we talk about Michael and Janet, and Michael more specifically because he's the subject of this conversation, but you're right. Those videos were really Michael Jackson's videos were really mini movies.
Hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
I remember seeing Thriller. They debuted Thriller like on CBS, and like it like at like 8 o'clock at night, like primetime TV. That was unheard of for a music video. And the video was, and it was like a 30-minute special. The video was like 15 minutes, and they did like this like I don't want to say pre-game show, but for lack of a better term, you know, behind the scenes type of thing, just to kind of amp you up and get you ready for the video.
Hmm.
And the video, obviously, Thriller is, you know, it speaks for itself. But yeah, those I miss those days when videos went along with the song and there was a production behind it. And I think Michael probably of anyone of that era, or maybe of all time, really did a great job of
But
mastering.
yeah, he absolutely did. I give him that.
No doubt, no doubt. So my number 7, it is from the Invincible album. It is called Break of Dawn. I
That's a good one.
love that song.
That's a
That
good.
song, I think, you know, people, you know, Mike kind of fell off a little bit toward the end, but I think people, I don't want to say people slept on that. I think Invincible may be his last great album, I
Yeah,
think.
absolutely. I agree with that one.
And I mean, like he really did his thing on that album. But Break of Dawn, I remember hearing it for the first time. I was like, oh, this is dope. This is dope. And the more and more I listened to it, I just kept playing it over again. I just love that song, man. And I think Mike kind of floated on that one. So
Yeah.
it doesn't hold any type of sentimental value like that, where like it brings up any memories. But I just the memories that I have of that particular song always come back to me listening to it for the first time on a CD. Because I'll be honest, I was hesitant about buying the CD, and when I
Yeah.
bought the CD, I didn't regret it. I didn't regret it at all. But
Nope, it was good.
yeah, Mike, he crushed it on that one. So yeah, Heaven
And I
Can
will
Wait is.
say with Break It Down, I listened to that not long or not
Mhm.
too much before we did this show. The thing is, Michael doesn't really have any love making music,
Right.
right? And I know we've talked about this when we've talked about Prince and Michael. Like Prince got all that. Michael does not really, but I think Break It Dawn might be his one. Might be his one. He's
Hmm.
got songs about being in love and loving
Right.
somebody, but he does not have a song about making love to the break of dawn. It's the magic in your eyes. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, that might have been his tiptoe into that field.
Right.
But no, that's a good one. It almost
Yeah.
made my list. It was so close to making my list.
I thought it might make your list, but Break of
Close.
Dawn, yeah, Mike is like I said, he's you're right. He doesn't have like that tradition, and I'm not gonna compare him to Prince because there is no comparison.
No, the two
But
totally
Prince
different.
has, you know, Scandalous. He has Adore. Mike ain't got that.
Insatiable, Do Me Baby. He's got a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And that's solely to our boy Baylor. Mike ain't got no jams like that. I'm sorry.
And I've been
Not
saying
sorry.
that. Careful, because he's gonna get mad that we try to do the
Hey,
Mike.
he can get mad.
Prince
He can get mad. Take a picture of it. It don't matter. It's the truth. It don't matter. I said it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6. What you got?
Number 6. I'm going with The Way You Make Me Feel.
Okay.
Now, I told you I like the sound that came from the Bad album. I love that. Bad is one of the, when I was young, it used to be my cleaning album.
Okay.
No skips. That album had no skips. But The Way You Make Me Feel could just be me. But it made me want to strut like the song was being talked about me.
Mm-hmm.
just like the woman in the video, how she's walking down the street, like she's all that and whatever, and oh, he's following me. Here we go again. Like it's got that groove and everything to it, and that's always been a favorite of mine off that album. So I don't know. He was singing his ass off in that one
He
too.
was.
And I love in the video where he's like yelling at her, "Hey!"
The video, I mean, that video, when it came on, I don't care who you are, where you were. When that video came on, you stopped what you were doing and you were gonna watch it. And it is a really, really dope song. So now I'm rolling. I'm rolling. That's a good number 6. My number 6, from the Off the Wall album, Working Day and Night. Listen, that song, I think the thing that always got me about this, it was a couple of things. One, it was that album is so disco influenced. And I mean, I didn't know it at the time because I was young, but it was so disco influenced, but so it's a dance album. But the way that this song comes on, doom, 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 doom. I mean, like, listen, it always takes me, when I listen to it, even to this day, it takes me back to my childhood. Mike is incredible on this song. Personally, I think Off the Wall is his best album.
We discussed that. Run that episode back if you haven't.
There you go. Go back and listen. Go back and listen to that one. But yeah, I love this song for so many reasons. But yeah, Off the Wall, Working Day and Night is my jam. It is still my jam to this day.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like doing, Zai and I do the Wii experience, Jackson one, and that's a fun one to do.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a fun one to do.
And you know what? Speaking on that, that's the thing that I love about the Michael Jackson experience on the Wii, is that it really introduced Michael Jackson and his music to kids who don't know. I mean, like your kid, like Zai, your son Zai, my kids, Brandon and Skylar in particular, my 2 youngest ones. Like, I want to say that Mike may have been gone by the time they were born. Well, no, I take that, but maybe Skylar. But
I know
and Brandon, yeah, exactly. So these kids, long story short, they didn't grow up on his music. You know what I mean? So I think seeing them, and I always marvel at them when they're playing that game. And I never played. I just sit and watch, and they still play it to this day.
Well, you gotta play. You gotta play.
Played it a couple of times, but I honestly, Britt, I love watching them play because they know the songs, they know the words. And so, like, I think that's a great way that they have been able to bridge, generations, and for, your son as well to love Michael Jackson and love playing that game and then learn his music at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's a win-win.
Yeah, definitely.
So are we on number 5?
Hold on. I did The Way You Make Me Feel. You just did Working Day and Night. So yes, we are on number 5. My number 5 is Heaven Can Wait.
Okay. There you go.
It was a close. It was between that Break of Dawn and Heaven Can Wait. But I listened to both of them. And Like I really feel Mike's emotion in Heaven Can Wait. Like, damn, I don't want the angels to come for me either. Shit.
Tell the
Oh,
angels no.
but it's a very pretty song. Like the melody is simple. There's no complicated parts to it. It's very smooth. And like you said, that Invincible album was definitely slept on. That definitely had a bunch of bangers on them. Yeah, I mean, if
Okay.
you haven't heard Heaven Can Wait, you should.
Yeah, you should. I was
Love song.
I'm always amazed. I was mentioning earlier that um I don't listen to terrestrial radio, but I listen to satellite radio, and it came on, and that was actually the idea for this particular show because that song came on satellite radio. I was like, wow, they're playing Heaven Can Wait. I was like, oh snap. I was like, I hadn't, and I listen to it all the time, but I don't think I've ever heard it on satellite radio. So that's when I hit you up. I was like, yo, we need to, because when you have artists like Janet, like Michael, like Prince, so forth and so on, Stevie Wonder, they have so many. We know the hits, but a lot of times when you start talking about your favorite song, it may or may not be a song that was a chart topper or a song that it might be a Nemo song. So you just never know. So that's a great pick. My number 5, "Off the Wall." The song is the song title of the album as well. It's called "Off the Wall." We're the party people night and day, and living crazy. That's the only way.
Tonight.
Leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf and just enjoy yourself. Listen, I mean, like,
What you want to do.
those are words to live by.
Mm-hmm. Like when you hear that song and you hear those words, you think of like, dang, it's Friday. I just want to. I need to go somewhere and just leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf.
It's over. It's over. Let me go have some fun.
Absolutely. That's a good choice. I figured you'd have a bunch of picks from Off the Wall, though, based off of our conversation, our episode about comparing.
Well, so far I'm on a roll.
Off the Wall. Yeah, you are definitely a spokesperson for that album.
For sure. All right, we're at number 4. What you got?
All right, number 4. Remember the Time. And for me, of course, everybody knows this video too. And I feel like this was J Boog and I have talked about how Janet Jackson, her video, her dance moves, everything is If. That video, If, everybody was. I feel like Remember the Time. Everybody tried to moonwalk, but I feel like Remember the Time, everybody was trying to do the moves from that one. But Teddy Riley and doing that album, man. And I saw Teddy Riley live. He did that song. And just that New Jack swing kind of sound to it and everything. Michael can fit into anything almost. Like he can adapt to whatever sound, but and one thing I did notice that the intros to Mike's songs, whether it's a guitar riff or whatever it is, like it goes in so smooth. And every time I hear Remember the Time, I want to just run it back and hear like that intro into it. But another good love song. He's good for those. Remember the time when we fell in love? Shoot, he said on the phone, you and me till dawn 2 or 3.
Till 3.
I love songs when they talk about being on the phone until the early morning.
They don't know nothing about that. These young folks don't know nothing about that. They know about FaceTime.
It was different back in the day.
It ain't the same. It ain't the same as rolling over in the cord and it's all up under your elbow and all kind of stuff. It ain't the same. It don't hit the same. Okay. So my number 4 is one that we have similar. I mean, say the same, I should say, and that's Heaven Can Wait. I agree with everything you said about Heaven Can Wait. It was something that I heard Michael Jackson say in that song. Just if the angels take me back from earth, Michael just
back to her.
Exactly. Bring me back to her. Like, and you know what it made me do, Britt, was I tried to figure out and not knowing, who he wrote it for or who wrote it for him, I tried in my mind to figure out, was when Mike was married? Because, Mike, he had women and he was married. And I think it was Debbie Rowe. I don't know if they were together at this particular time, but I want to say maybe they were. And while he never really, was very public about what happened in his marriage or what have you, what didn't happen in his marriage, if he wrote this for her, I think that's beautiful. I don't know if he did or he didn't, but in my mind, I guess he did. But I love this song. Love this song.
It's such a great love song.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And it if you got a Slow Jams tape, it should be on your Slow Jams tape. All right. We're at 3. What you got?
Speaking of Mike Slow Jams.
Okay.
Number 3 is Butterflies. That Invincible album, if you have not listened to it, you need to. Like, and we know Marsha, we know she did her thing in getting that written and gave it to him and everything, but and I mean her singing it is cool too, but it's different.
No doubt.
And I mean she's got a great voice, but it's different when Mike sings it. It's so different. And it's all soft and sultry sounding and just another good love song. Man, I'm gonna have to like play Invincible. We got that on vinyl.
See,
let that right out.
You got to.
It's such a good album.
It is like I said, it was his last great album. He didn't leave any stones unturned. No. Literally
even,
and figurative.
Even his more up tempo songs on there are good. Like what there's Privacy and 2000 Watts was my jam back in high school.
Listen. Still bangs to this day.
Yep.
To this day. Yeah, you get no argument from me. I think it's a beautiful song. My number 3, Want to Be Starting Something.
Want to Be Starting Something. That's a good one.
That song, Too High to Get Over, Too Low to Get Under. You're stuck in the middle, and the pain is thunder. As a kid, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But of course, you know what the hook was. You know what brought everybody in. Mama say, Mama sama makusa.
Yep.
And when the beat drops, oh, it's a rap. It's a rap. It's a rap.
Yeah, that's a good one. Another good one on the Wii as well.
Yes.
You want to
much so.
Yeah.
Very.
When I think of that song, I was huge on the Dangerous tour when he did that.
Okay.
And
another great album.
Yes, and when the Dangerous tour was playing repeat on MTV, like that was one performance that stuck out. Can't tell you why, but they were in unison and everything. Just it all came together. But that's a good pick.
Well, that album was very infectious, I think. You mentioned Teddy Riley earlier. He did almost, if not all of the production on the album.
Yeah. Near most of it, if not. Yeah.
From Remember the Time to Keep It in the Closet to Jam. Oh my God.
Why You Want to Trip on Me?
Why You Want to Trip on Me?
Give In to Me. What else did he do on there?
He did damn near every one. Without looking at the track list, he did most of. If it's 12 tracks, Teddy Riley might have done 9 of them. Like he did his thing, and I love hearing him tell stories about how he linked up with Mike and how they got in the studio. And I remember hearing an interview with Teddy Riley maybe a couple of months after Michael Jackson died. Like he was still like, and most people, he was really broke up because they were talking about getting back in the studio to do another album. And he was just like, at some point during the interview, he was just like, man, I miss my friend. He's like, I miss the laughs we used to share. He's like, I miss all this. And he was just talking about the stuff that they did in the studio. And he talked about the kind of time that they would spend outside of making music. He was like, they would just hold up together when they were making that album. He said they basically lived together, for the better part of 4 or 5 months that they did to finish that album. And so hearing how he approached songs and how Michael approached songs was just it was, if you ever get a chance to hear Teddy Riley talk about Michael Jackson, it's something to hear. You could tell it was more than just a working relationship. They sounded like friends.
That's cool. I'll have to look that up. I've never heard that.
For sure. All right. So we're at 2.
Okay. Number 2 is Rock With You.
Okay.
It's again a little drum to get in. The intros to his songs is enough.
Yes.
It's enough. And you think of the shimmery outfit and the video was so simple, but you watched it, all he's doing is just singing to you. And that's actually one of my favorite ones to do on the Wii, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, another cool love song and just chill, mellow. It's got that disco sound from Off the Wall.
Of course.
I don't know. I realized lately, I thought I was more of an up tempo person, but I realized the majority of the songs I like are slower. Recently,
you
I was
what you like.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that. I thought I was more of an up tempo, and I mean, I still love up tempo songs, but usually ones I'm picking over everything else are more more chill. But yeah, I think
sometimes it just kind of works out like that.
Yeah,
it just works out like that.
But I think that's even my favorite one off of that album.
Okay.
Rock With You.
I mean, that's a great pick. That is a great pick. My number 2, Butterflies.
See, we had 2.
Actually, we've got. Well, I'll save the rest. But yeah, Butterflies, man. That song just and I actually love both versions. Like I have playlists, and on my playlist it has both versions. The Floetry version, obviously sung by Marsha Ambrosius, and obviously Michael Jackson's Butterfly. But yeah, again, off the Invincible album, it is such a beautiful song. And hearing her tell the story about how she gave that song to him, and obviously, I like her as an artist, and I think Marsha Ambrosius can sing her face off.
Yeah,
but just hearing how they, reacted and worked with each other in the time that it took to do that song. I think she said it was like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. But yeah, that song it is beautiful. It is for me, it's a Michael Jackson staple. So if I got a playlist and Michael Jackson's on it, best believe Butterfly is going to be on it. I love that song. Love it. So we actually, right now, we got 2. We got 2 so far. So coming in at number 1, what you got, Britt?
My favorite song. This is when you asked me to do this one, I was like, oh, that's easy, because I already knew my favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started thinking some more. I was like, okay, this is a little bit harder than I thought it would be.
Of course. It always is.
Yeah. But my number 1 is Human Nature. That's my favorite MJ song. And I don't know, it obviously off the Thriller album, another slow song. I like what he says in the song. It's very smooth and it sounds pretty and everything. With Human Nature, I also think of This Is It. Watching him prepare some of those performances for the certain songs, but that one always sticks in my head. He's just sitting there and, then the drums kick in. It's just, I love it. When I saw, now I know it's not actually MJ, but when I saw the MJ musical last year, a year and a half ago, they did that song.
Okay.
And man, I started crying. I was like, oh my God. Like, because he sound if you have not seen it, if you don't like musicals, but you like Michael, I suggest you go. Because what's crazy is, Zai was born after he passed. So he never got to see MJ live. But I feel like that was the next best thing because they picked these people very well. Mannerisms, dancing, sound, like whether it's singing or just talking. You
Okay.
thought you were watching Michael Jackson.
Wow.
But that I think that's why when they started doing that one, and also kind of how they did it, like what the scene actually was when he was singing Human Nature. But on top of that, like it actually sounded like him. So I
Wow.
felt like I was watching him, and I
Kind
was
of
like, oh,
creepy.
yeah, that's my favorite song. But yeah, I don't know, and maybe a little biased too because then SWV got to sample it, and but it's a good one to sample.
It is.
Good one to sample.
And Mike didn't let a lot of people sample his music,
No,
though.
no. So,
So
but yeah, Human Nature's my
okay. Well, we actually have 3.
what?
I thought we would
Let
have
me
2,
guess. Let me guess. Remember the time.
of course.
Ah!
Do you remember? We fell in love. We were young and innocent then. Come on, man. That song just does it for me. Now I love watching the video, but I don't have to watch the video to listen to that song. Much like you, Britt, when I got the idea to do this episode, that was at the top of the list. So I was like, oh yeah, the rest will be easy. No, it's not, because
It's not.
Rock With You could have been on there. Working Day and Night could have been on there. I mean, and if you look at my list, I don't have anything from. Well, no, I do have one from Thriller, but neither one of us picked Billie Jean or Beat It,
Nope.
his
Mm-mm.
biggest records.
Right.
And so we kind of proved the point that like you don't have to necessarily, your favorites aren't always the hits and the chart toppers. Hell, I've got quite a few from the Invincible album, and I'm pretty sure there may be 1 or 2 people who are listening and watching this podcast and say that may be like, "What, Invincible? I don't remember that album."
Invincible was a fire album.
It's, but yeah, Remember the Time is my joint. It will forever be my joint. It's funny, Rick, because I remember I made I was making a slow jams tape, and so I got to I put Butterflies on it, and I was like, I probably should put Remember the Time on it. And I was like, I had to remind myself, like, Remember the Time's not a slow song. So like you can't have a bunch of slow jams and then put Remember the Time in the middle of it.
I mean,
But I did that.
the words match, but
I did it. I did it. I put it in the middle of I put it in the middle of a slow jams tape, and I ain't even care. But yeah, that's my one. So for those scoring at home, Britt, run down your 7 again.
Starting with number 7, We Are Here to Change the World. And then after that, what did I? Because I had to switch mine around a little bit. After that, I did The Way You Make Me Feel, Heaven Can Wait, Remember the Time, Butterflies, Rock With You, and Human Nature.
Okay. And I had Break of Dawn, Working Day and Night, Off the Wall, the song, Heaven Can Wait, Want to Be Starting Something, Butterflies, and Remember the Time. So yeah, if you have comments, we'd love to hear them or see them. Hit us up. Tell us yours. Don't tell us what's wrong with our list. Give us your 7.
Yep. That's all you gotta do.
Exactly. So before we get out of here, Britt, tell folks where they can find you, where they can find the podcast.
Oh Lord, I could talk about this all day. I do have an Instagram for it now where I try to post some clips from my shows. I could talk about this all day. Podcast, IG. Oh goodness, Twitter is Britty18. TikTok and Threads is Britt Renae _ all day. Blue Sky, look, I'm trying to rock with Blue Sky. Man,
it's so peaceful over there.
It is peaceful, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when I try to share my show onto there, it doesn't take me to actually do it. I hit share, it'll open up the app, and then it doesn't attach my link. And I'm like, wow. By the time I get over there, I'm like, man, whatever. So if you do the Blue Sky thing, it's Britty dot whatever Blue Sky is after that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think that's it.
We'll get the blue sky going for you. You guys know me, 12 Kyle Podcast, Rap Soul Podcast. You can find Rap Soul Podcast wherever you get your podcast. We drop new episodes every Monday and every Friday. We're also on YouTube, so check us out there. Like, share, and share it with a friend. You can hit us up if you'd like to donate to the show financially. Cash App $TWELVEKYLE. Also, don't forget about the flagship station. It is called the 12 Kyle Podcast. That's where we drop new episodes every Thursday and every Sunday at midnight. That's going to do it for us. So for my girl, Britt Renae, I am your boy, 12 Kyle. We'll catch you guys next time. 5,000. Cheers.
Thanks again for listening to this episode of the 12 Kyle Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and share this podcast with a friend who needs the 12 Kyle Podcast in their life. Every listen, every download, and every share helps us grow. Thanks for being a part of the 12 Kyle Podcast community. We appreciate your support. We will catch you next time. 5,000.